series of events happened that put me in a position where I chose to leave the church. Small C church was always really good with God. It wasn't a God thing. This was strictly a church thing. And so I walked away for about 5 years, maybe even a little longer than that. And through the course of that time, had one really close friend that was a local pastor, was always encouraging me spiritually, but also throughout that time, Jeff Pinkleton was very diligent in staying connected with me and would always make an effort to come to me, not have me come to him, and just offer that encouragement. So as time passed, the two of them together slowly found the right situation and invited me into a locker room because I was very vocal, but I was not ready to come back to the church. So they involved me in a locker room, happened to be one that my buddy was leading, and for me it was literally life-changing.
So I was kind of sought after in a similar way. Like my friend Rob kept inviting me and I was like, I have a lot going on, like I don't know. And then he introduced me to Jeff Pinkleton. Jeff came to a pitch I was doing for this contest and was just super encouraging and nice and invited me to lunch or a coffee or something like that, and went and hung out with him, and then I was really unsure. So yeah, got involved with the locker room, and I met a ton of people I would have never met otherwise that were way older than me. I became really good friends with Dan Runyon, who was with me through some really hard stuff in my life and was able to minister to me and share wisdom with me because he'd been through a similar thing, and just be with me. He mourned with me, he grieved with me, and he encouraged me. So yeah, the gathering's been huge in my life through all my life events.
Well, a common theme here is Jeff Pinkleton can really be a pain.
Yeah.
Jeff is really good at recruiting, encouragement, all those. I mean, that's his gift.
Yeah.
And he was persistent with me after a long time. I don't know, maybe even years, inviting me to locker rooms. Finally, because I have a lot of community.
Yeah.
But I didn't at the time have a community of brothers, particularly brothers of different backgrounds.
Yeah.
And so I eventually joined the locker room. Really good experience. I've been involved ever since. I don't know how long it's been. I forget. I'm the old guy in the group, so I forget things. I don't know how long it's been. But I've enjoyed every minute of it. Eventually coming to love the fact that I get to be kind of an elder statesman in this group because I'm the oldest one there. And of course they kid me a lot, always talking about age. But we overlook that because it's a privilege to have lived this long.
So one interesting thing about our locker room is we have people from all facets of life. We have politicians, a couple, and then a whole variety of other other walks of life. One of our locker room members was walking through a really tough time in life and quite frankly got derailed. And the way that we pushed back on him to kind of get him back on track, fortunately he was receptive and not at first, but with a little bit of time, he's working his way back. And you talk about being loved on. Sometimes it's hard to love on others based upon decisions they made, but we've managed to do that and do that not only willingly, but intensely.
Yeah, it's been cool too. Like, with the gathering, it's like we have these locker rooms and everything, but then also like we have these retreats and stuff like that. And it's like you and I have been on one together, and that's kind of where the connection started.
It is where the connection started.
Like that's where I knew you from, and that's how I was able to get your phone number and like connect when I was going through my hard time. And it's like the retreats have been so valuable because it puts you in a massive group of 20 guys you've probably never met, and being able to say like, hey, we're going to live life together hard this weekend. We're going to get to know each other, and we're going to go home and just be a community, which has just been a beautiful, great thing for me.
To really get to know a guy, go on a retreat with him.
Yeah,
that's true.
That's the way of really getting down to the core of who that person is, because all the the barriers come down, and you're able to get to know each other one-on-one, in a very personal way,
Yeah,
outside
unquestionably.
of the regular locker rooms.
Yeah, for sure. I guess the one question I have for you with regards to the retreat, you said you got my phone number there. Did I give it to you, or was it in one of those 700 group text messages that happened
It was
prior?
one of those 1,200
Oh,
texts
okay.
Singleton
All
posted
right,
them.
just curious.
Yeah.